Hey, what's up, you guys? It's been a little while once again, but I am bringing you. Oh, I'm so stoked! I'm so excited for this figure because I wanted this figure for a while now. I know I'm behind the curve. I'm really trying my hardest, trying, guys, to keep pushing along. But Marvel Legends, they just keep breaking out these figures. A lot of them that I gotta get, and I'm still behind the eight ball. But I got, finally, for you guys, I got the Marvel Legends Mysterio. And Mysterio, for as goofy a character as he is, I don't know, it's just something about him. And a lot of fans, myself included, love Mysterio. It's just something about his character that's just so unique that if you're a true Spider-Man fan, Mysterio is one of your favorite villains. It's just the way it is. So, this is from the Lizard Build-A-Figure wave, which I kind of wish I could get this. I mean, I already have a Lizard, which I'll show comparisons later on. But you got Gwenpool here. You got the Prowler. I probably should get the Prowler. You got Spider-Punk. You got Spider-Noir. You got Spider-Woman. I've been thinking about getting her. And you got Mysterio, of course. And you got Marvel's Lasher, which from what I've been hearing, he's a part of the symbiote somehow. I don't really know much about him. So the bio of Mysterio, a master of illusion, Mysterio seeks universal fame as a cloaked villain with unmistakable helmet, which Spider-Man dubs the fishbowl. So I'm just so happy, so stoked, so excited about this figure. Oh, I can't wait to get him out of the packaging. So that is exactly what I am going to do. So stay tuned, guys. Mysterio out of the packaging. Let's do it. And this is Mysterio out of the packaging. And oh my god, let me just say, Marvel Legends, I love y'all. Y'all really knocked out of the park. I only have a couple of gripes with the figure, which I'll get into a little later. But, you know, as per usual, you know, it comes with the, you know, standard background. With the webbing and everything, you know, that always comes with the Marvel Legends figures. And, you know, the box, you know, you got all that. So, put that over here. And let's take a closer look at Mysterio. Let's just say right off the back, love all the detail in this figure. I love his cape. His cape looks fantastic. He also has this kind of interesting design and material inside the cape. And now I see what the other reviewers were saying. Like, you know, there's a lot going on with the cape. This figure is highly worth the pickup, guys. And he's like literally ripped straight out of the freaking comic books. You know, so the fishbowl, as us Spider-Man fans, you know, is, you know, removable. And it has a peg in the back, but it's not secure enough. So that's like my gripe. That's like my main gripe with the figure. And he has this interesting translucent head, you know, him being the master of illusion, Quentin Beck. So, you know, that is just really awesome. I'm gonna get into, you know, articulation and all that momentarily, but just gawking at this figure, just seeing how awesome he looks. This is a Mysterio figure that we've all wanted, we all deserved, and now we finally have it. I finally have it, and I just cannot be happy and stoked enough. You know, he got those, you know, weird designs in his cape like he does in the comic books. He has, you know, these lime green gloves like he has in the comic books, or, you know, like he was first drawn by Steve Ditko, you know, Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, the creators of these awesome characters that we now know and love in the Spider-Man universe, which Spider-Man has probably the best second rogues gallery in all of comic books, second only to Batman, which is debatable, you know, between comic book fans. You know, some think Spider-Man is number one and Batman is number two, but the fact of the matter is they are the top two in all of comic books to have best rogues gallery. So he comes with accessories, of course, which is his, you know, effects there. So we're going to strap that on. So there's different ways you could pose them. I really like those effects. I think it looks so awesome. It looks so badass. So we're going to dive into the history of Mysterio. Now, I didn't really need to cheat, you know, and look at his bio like I do with some characters. Because my first introduction actually to Mysterio was Spider-Man the animated series. That was my gateway basically into Spider-Man before reading Spider-Man comic books. And Spider-Man the animated series, for you people, who know about that cartoon, which is awesome cartoon. It may be a little dated, so certain things that goes on, if you watched it, you'd be like, really? But still, in in all of its cheesy splendor, Spider-Man the animated series was so heavenly faithful to the comics, it was ridiculous. Now, there were some changes in the cartoon, here and there, which it kind of had to be, especially back in the early '90s, like that, for a kids television show. But it's still, I know a lot of people say that the Spectacular Spider-Man is like basically the definitive Spider-Man, and that it's better than Spider-Man the animated series. But let's be honest, in my opinion, if it wasn't for Spider-Man the animated series, there never probably would have been a Spectacular Spider-Man. Now, Spectacular Spider-Man excelled in a lot of different ways, where Spider-Man animated series couldn't, for many different reasons. But I'm getting a little off topic with that. So, Mr. Quentin Beck, like I said, my introduction to him was from Spider-Man the animated series, and they were pretty faithful to the comic, mostly. Quentin Beck was a stuntman, also a special effects cameraman, and he had a good career going for a while, but he tried to take things a little bit too far, and Spider-Man had intervened, and that was basically then his career, as so was portrayed in Spider-Man the animated series. In comic books, he just burst on to the scene, and he was framing which actually he did that in Spider-Man the animated series too. But in the comic books, Quentin Beck, he poses as Spider-Man, like literally, like that's just how the comic book kicks off. You see Spider-Man robbing the bank, and the Stan Lee written bubbles are saying, what's this? True believers, has Spider-Man become a criminal? And for most of the issue, Peter was starting to believe that he was becoming a criminal, not consciously, but subconsciously. Like, he thought when he would go to sleep, because he was having money troubles, like Peter always does, him and Aunt May, he thought he was committing these crimes in his sleep. So it was Mysterio framing him the whole time. Mysterio had, some kind of special effects where he can, jump around like Spider-Man, wall crawl like Spider-Man, shoot the webs and all that. He had everything except for his spider sense. But anyway, he came onto the scene, and of course J. Jonah Jameson bought into it because he hates Spider-Man. So, Mysterio was trying to pose like he was some kind of hero. He really wasn't. But at the end of the day, Spidey wins. So that was going on a little too long. My apologies, guys. But Beck, Spidey exposes him. Beck gets caught, gets sent to prison. And the next time Quentin Beck comes back for revenge, him and Doc Ock forms the Sinister Six, which most fans are just ecstatic about. We love the Sinister Six, and most of our favorite characters are a part of that team, with Mysterio included. So Quentin Beck has always been a thorn in Spider-Man's side, but what always makes him so unique is like he doesn't have superpowers, or he doesn't have mechanical arms, or some kind of advantage like Spider-Man's other villains. He just uses tech and his kind of warping technology. Like, it messes with Spidey's head. It messes with his Spidey sense, where he can't figure out if Beck's illusions are real or fake, and that's just really awesome. So I think that's why so many people gravitate to Mysterio as being a fan favorite, because he's just a normal guy who's going up against a super power guy. Like, make no mistake, Spider-Man is super powered. He is. But the fact that a normal guy can, go toe to toe with Spider-Man, that's just really saying a lot. And it brings a lot of uniqueness to his character because of what he does. It just lets you know that Beck is a smart guy. I mean, he's not a genius level like Peter is, but still, he's a smart enough guy to create this kind of illusionary tech where it can mess with Spider-Man's spider sense, where he can get the jump on him, per se. So with that being said, guys, like I said, I kind of had the effects down on his foot like that. Is different ways that you could pose them and stuff. So let's just jump into the articulation. Now with the cape, and the fishbowl head on, there's not really much you can do with articulation. I mean, there's still a wide range, of what you can do, and creatively what you can do. But, if you want the full throttle, you're going to have to take the cape and fishbowl head off. So when you remove the fishbowl head, you got full rotation in the arm. You got rotation up arm, double jointed elbows. You got a twist and a hinge, full twist and hinge in the wrist. You have the slightly clicky ab crunch. He can look up very far without the fishbowl head. That's the catch. Left to the right. Okay, you got full twist and rotation in the waist. Got upper thigh cut right there. You got doubly jointed knees. You have a boot cut right there, full twist, down, up, and ankle pivot. So you'll be very happy with this figure. Like I said, there may be some limitations with the fishbowl head on, but you got to give and take somewhere, right? So starting off with size comparison, we got him standing next to his arch nemesis, Peter Parker, Spidey. And got him standing next to my lizard that I have, the older model. And got him standing next to the Rhino. The Rhino's kind of hunching a little bit, but it's kind of difficult for me to get this Rhino figure to stand up straight, so yeah. And see how he matches up well with some other MCU villains. Got him standing next to Malekith. And then next, my lady love of death, Hela. See how he matches up with her as well too. Yeah, so I mean, overall, I absolutely love this figure. I have a couple of gripes with it, mainly the cape. Trying to port in the cape, and the effects are nice, but they could have executed the effects a little bit better so it could be like more securely, because when I was trying to fix him into this pose just now, it kept falling out of his hands. I don't know, maybe it really is made for his feet, but it's like, I guess to just have him in a standing pose mostly, that's a little disappointing. So it should have been definitely better execution with his cape. That I'm disappointed with, but I just love the overall design of this figure, and this is just, if you're a Spider-Man fan, like definitely this is just a figure that you must have in your collection. You have to have. I'm gonna try to get that new Dr. Octopus that was just released by Marvel Legends. I didn't really think I was gonna need another Dr. Octopus action figure, seeing as how I have 2 of them already. But that Doc Ock figure. You know, the new Marvel Legends one really looks dope. Have to have him. Another figure I have to get, but it's very extremely hard to get, is Kraven the Hunter. I definitely have to get him. It's a must. So these are the few missing pieces I have to complete my Sinister Six. I can't have my Sinister Six collection until I get those figures. So, you know, and they're the most updated version. So it's like, it's hard, guys. Collecting is hard, but it's fun, especially once you get the figures that you want. It's well worth it, but this figure is definitely well worth it. He's definitely highly worth a pickup. You have to get this figure, if, like I said, if you're a Spider-Man fan. So I highly recommend it. I love this figure. I'm so happy to have him in my collection. So happy. Spider-Man PS4 is drawing near and near, and I'm so stoked about that. I cannot wait for that game. Also, Jake Gyllenhaal, like, how awesome is that? Jake Gyllenhaal is going to be Mysterio in the sequel to Spider-Man Homecoming. So that is just fantastic. Like, when I heard that news, I was so happy, because a lot of fans wanted that. Like, we didn't want the same repeat villains that we kept seeing. Like, we want something new, something different. They brought us the Vulture in Spider-Man Homecoming. Now they're bringing us Mysterio in the next one. So I'm extremely happy and excited about that. They better give him the fishbowl. You hear me? Y'all hear me? Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, y'all, but do not wimp out on that. We want that fishbowl. If y'all do not give us that fishbowl, I don't care how y'all modernize the rest of his costume, but he better have this purple cape with the funny eyes on it, and he better have the fishbowl head. I would like him to just have this whole outfit, because it's like, that's how I want to see Mysterio, even if it's live action. I don't give a damn if it looks silly. Y'all can modernize it. If y'all can make Spidey look like this in the MCU, y'all can make Mysterio look like this. So I don't want to hear no excuses. But anyway, that's my thoughts and review on this figure, guys. The Marvel Legends Lizard Builder figure, Wave Mysterio. Let me guys know what you think about this figure. Sorry for the late reviews, but, you know, I got a lot going on. Got a new baby on the way, you know, a lot of things, you know, I'm doing this work related also, but I still try to squeeze in time to bring reviews. I love my action figures. I love these heroes. I love these villains. So that's why I do what I do. Thanks, guys, for your support, your comments, your subscriptions. Please keep subscribing, and thumbs up is always appreciated, guys. Love all you guys, all your feedbacks. Keep collecting. I definitely, trust me, I got a whole lot more collecting to do. Marvel Legends is going to be killing me this year. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to try my hardest, guys. So till the next time, see ya.